Okay, I want to talk about lens correction, straightening, and alignment because it gets a little bit complicated since we have to stack so many images. This is how we get the images in their raw form. You see these bowed verticals. That's an artifact of the lens. This is a Sigma 10 to 20. And if we run the correction, it straightens those lines. It doesn't make them vertically straight, but it takes the curvature out. And it does the exact same thing to every photo. So if I run the Sigma 10 to 20 on this, or whatever lens it is, it's more often the Sigma 8 to 16. These two images, the ambient and the flash, will still stack. So this is why when we sync our raw files, we check all, and that checks that exact same lens corrections to all of them. And what we get out of, when we do blend them, when we stack them and blend them, we get this. This is our blend. So next thing we have to do is we have to get these verticals straight. And we do that with what's called upright mode. And that's right here. It's under lens corrections, and it's just auto there. And that automatically straightens the verticals. Now, the thing we need to remember about this is in order to straighten those verticals, what it did was it looks like it twisted the image, 5 degrees to the left. If I was to sync lens corrections onto this photo, what it's going to do is, if I do check all, it's going to take this photo here and twist it 5 degrees to the left, even if it's already leaning to the left and needs to go to the right. That's why when we sync our upright mode, we uncheck all the corrections, and we just want to sync the mode. That means it's going to analyze every photo individually and turn it to the right or to the left or up or down, however it needs to go. So it's important to remember that. And the next thing that it's important to remember is that even the same photo, watch, I'm going to run upright mode on this. It did not do it exactly in an identical way. And you look, we're just a few pixels off up here. That's because it's just lit differently, and the algorithm analyzes it differently. Look, this one will be different still. Yeah, see, it's way off over here. So we cannot stack anything after straightening with upright mode. That's very important to know. So say I got this out of Photoshop, and I realize there's a big shadow here, and I need to go back to the original photo and layer it in and paint that shadow out. What I need to do is turn off upright mode, like that, as well as turn it off here. Okay, now, since upright mode is off, they layer perfectly. I guess alternatively, yeah, I don't even want to get into the alternative. Then once I fix it, I would just turn upright mode back on. Okay, another way you can get into trouble is, say you're about to stack these two images and you're working on it and you go, no, that's all wrong. I'm going to go back to the beginning, and we turn off our lens correction. And now these two will no longer stack. Now the post batch one, we actually can no longer lens correct. It came out as a PSD file, and if we go all the way back to the beginning, it already stacked two lens corrected images. So that lens correction is burnt into this image, which is fine because it's the correct lens correction. And in fact, it runs upright mode much better after it comes out of as a PSD. So that's why we run lens corrections on the RAW and we run upright mode on the Photoshop files after the batch. And we never stack them together after we do that unless we turn off upright mode. Okay, hope that made sense. Oh, yeah, okay.